Hey mate, this is James here, and today I want to have a personal conversation with you. I want you to ask yourself this. Do you feel as if what you're doing on a daily basis just isn't enough? And do you feel the pressure of other people affecting your performance? If this is the case, then a quote by Albert Einstein, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value," might just be the quote and principle that you need. Now let's get into it. I want you to think back to the first time you saved up enough money to buy your first car. The hours you spent slaving away flipping patties at your local burger joint. The back-breaking hours you spent at your office desk mulling over paperwork. How did it feel to finally sign that paperwork and drive your new car home? If you're like me, or anyone else for that matter, it would have felt pretty damn great. No matter if it was a Toyota, a Nissan, or Mercedes-Benz. It didn't matter because you achieved what you set out to do. Now let me ask you, why doesn't this mindset translate to other areas of your life? Why do you still let people who have different standards, different motivations, and different dreams downplay your achievements, criticize your actions, and worst of all, let them talk you out of your own dreams? If there isn't anything else you get out of this video, please shift your mindset to focus on what's important to you, not what's important to other people. Now, with all that's been said, just because you focus on your own goals doesn't mean you should neglect the opportunities to give back. Try to be an individual who delivers more value than they receive. Now ladies, I want you to think back to the last time an attractive male held out the door for you. Now if that image makes you blush, now be honest. Truthfully, you're actually not alone. Though the act of someone holding out the door for you is such a simple gesture, it's the intention and the gratitude surrounding that action that creates such a deep impression in our minds. Now think about how much that simple gesture can actually make you and make your day. Now, what if we reciprocated those simple gestures into other people's lives? Not only would we be making their day, but would also make our lives more fulfilling and more satisfied. Now that you understand the importance of setting new standards to achieve your dreams and not letting other people's actions or opinions dictate the way you live your life, here are a few practical applications that I see. They may not be the practical applications you see, but the underlying principles are universal. Firstly, set goals you would actually be satisfied in achieving. Let's suppose you're a guy and you currently weigh 260 pounds, and your goal was to get that down to 220 pounds. The reality of the situation is, despite how much effort you put in and eventually you're going to get to 220 pounds, there's still going to be people who are dissatisfied with your image. But when that day comes, I want you to ask yourself, why do the opinions of these people matter? Because at the end of the day, whatever the reason is as to why you decided to lose weight, whether that be for your own personal health or for your career, this is a change you made to put yourself in a better position for the future. So why should the people that haven't gone through the same struggles, who don't understand the situation you've been in and the struggles that you've gone through, why should they be allowed to set your standards and affect your opinion and your achievements? Secondly, be incredibly generous when you have the capacity to do so. Now going back to the example of the guy who lost 40 pounds to get to his ideal weight of 220. Let's suppose one day he's scrolling through a bodybuilding forum and he sees someone else looking to also lose a drastic amount of weight. Now, he can just keep scrolling as if he saw nothing. Or alternatively, he can reach out and give up some of his time to figure out exactly what type of advice he can deliver. Now he'll be seen as a supporting pillar for someone in his desperate times of need. But he'll also feel like he's not alone facing the body image issues and the journey that he had to go through. Finally, patience is actually a virtue. There's been a recent wave of successful entrepreneurs who live and preach the idea that you should action with speed and achieve results in the shortest amount of time possible. While their message and intentions are pure, I often feel like their underlying message is often construed out of context. When it comes to moments in our lives where we are paralyzed by indecision, actioning with speed is appropriate. Instead of overthinking and taking no action at all, it is better to jump headfirst into a general direction and figure it out as you go. In reality though, no matter how much preparation we put in prior, the results that we seek will never surface when we want them to. At the end of the day, however, as you stare at your cream ceilings about to doze off, if you can honestly tell yourself you've put in 100% towards the goals that you seek, then let me tell you, just wait patiently, for the end that you seek is closer than you think.